All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to do some bent over rows today, okay? We're not gonna waste time too much talking. We're just gonna get right into it. You know how I do. We're looking to do easier to harder exercises and just a variation of bent over rows so you can have a good, balance between easier to progress into harder, okay, exercises. But right now I have a whole bunch of clients that are trying to stay active while they're closed into their homes, given that today's our third day of our coronavirus lockdown here in Delaware. So today they're doing 300 bent over rows. So I'm going to give an example of different bent over rows. All right, quick shout out to my man Mustafa from the Pennsylvania State Troopers. He gave me this dope Under Armour shirt. Moose, I appreciate you. I think that's Troop K Media, all right, Pennsylvania State Troopers. All right, so my feet are going to be underneath, hips to shoulder length apart, okay? And then what I like to do is keep my shoulders back, stand nice and tall, and then the next movement, also knees soft, okay? Knees are never locked in. All right, so my next movement, once I have my foot placement, my shoulders are back and my knees are soft, is gonna be my hip hinge. All right, so think of opening your cabinet door or closing your cabinet door in your kitchen. All right, the only thing that moves is that hinging area, okay? And that's the same thing I'm trying to do here to drop into my bent over row position. All right, now once I'm in a position, which is my back is straight, my shoulders are back, my lower back is not bent, okay? I start to row here. This is my bent over row, basic bent over row, okay? All right, I'm not looking up because I want to keep my spine straight. All right, and your spine goes right into your head, so you want to keep that spine nice and straight. This is my bent over row, okay? And from here, let's say I only had one 10-pound weight. I can just do this with one hand, okay? I'll do the same thing, feet underneath your hips, hips to shoulder length apart, shoulders back, knees slightly bent, and then we're gonna hip hinge ourselves into position, all right? You can see my other hand just hanging here because I have it as if I had a weight, okay? And then I'll row, all right? Or I can put my hand on my hip, all right? As long as you can keep that back nice and straight, you can put that hand wherever you want, okay? Put it on your leg, okay? And now I can perform my bent over row. All right, back up, okay? We're gonna spice this up a little bit, okay? We're gonna start to get a little bit harder. And we're not gonna do anything but change our pulling position, okay? So right now, we're gonna still be in our bent over row position. This is what we were doing before. All right, with both hands. And now, we're gonna do somewhat of a high pull, all right? So now we're not gonna be parallel. We're gonna turn our arms as if we were holding a broomstick, okay, or a bar. And now we're gonna pull high. This is also a bent over row, all right? A high row, all right? Some would call this a low or a mid row. A lot of different names, as long as you know what exercise you need to do, that's what's important, okay? So again, I'm going to go into feet, shoulder to, hips to shoulder length apart, knees slightly bent, shoulders back, and then hinge hipping down. All right, keeping my shoulders back as my chest drops to the ground, and then I pull high, okay? So we did high row, all right? And then we did low or mid row, okay? Now both of these can be done, again, on one foot. I'm gonna keep the foot on the ground. If my left hand has the weight, I'll keep my left foot on the ground and I'll put my hand back on that leg. I'll make sure my lower back is nice and straight, all right? Because we don't want to force this here. We're just not strong enough yet, all right? So I want to keep my lower back nice and straight and then row with that one arm and one leg, okay? I can do that also with two weights as well, okay? And I'm gonna slightly switch it up. I'm gonna take my foot off the ground. Again, this is the opposite leg, and now I have both weights. I'm again gonna hinge hip my way down. And this is gonna be challenging because a high row, again, is pretty tough. But again, I can also do my high row from one leg, okay? And now if I had a bar, then I can really change my grip here, All right, some people, you'll see them pulling different here, or maybe we can even rotate the wrist as we pull, okay, to get some forearm action, to get some mobility action, okay, we can do that here as well. Okay, so there's a lot of different rows. Don't lock yourself into just bent over row. All right, experiment. Try some balance. Try a high row. Try some rotation in your wrist, okay? Try something different, okay? Maybe try a high row into a mid row, back into a high row, okay? Just mix it up. Give yourself something to challenge yourself with. Everybody knows that you can pick up 10 pounds and you can do 20 bent over rows, okay? So now challenge yourself. Since you're by yourself, since we're locked down, you're gonna have to do maybe 5 to 10 reps of your hardest row into another 10 reps of something maintainable into a burnout repetition or burnout set of 20, however many rows. In that case, you're gonna be doing about 35, 40 reps in a set. But when we have a long day like this, when we're in the home, push yourself, right?